In the last video, we saw Kanghyuk learning from the woman named Yoongun that she is from Vietnam, and that is why other children bully her daughter. Kanghyuk was taken aback to hear this, and then Yoongun asked him for a favor. She wanted him to teach her Korean cuisine for her daughter Myung's coming birthday, and Kanghyuk could not refuse after understanding her worries. However, he realizes that he needs help to deal with this situation, so he decides to go ask for help from his neighbors. He goes to the house of Minho and Sujin, and coincidentally, the village chief was also there. After Kanghyuk tells them his dilemma, Sujin understands what Yoongun is going through because she would also not want her child to suffer because of her. So Kanghyuk decided to teach Yoongun some easy Korean dishes, but the wise village chief told him to do the opposite. He wanted to teach Myung that being different is not wrong, and adults must take up the responsibility to show it. He suggested Kanghyuk encourage Yoongun to cook Vietnamese dishes at the party, and he thought it was a better idea. So he and Yoongun came up with a menu later, and he got rice cake to taste test it and give his feedback. While Yoongun was not sure about this, she felt confident with Kanghyuk supporting her and thought that everything would work out. After that, Kanghyuk left her house, but Myung stopped him outside and gave him the invitation card to her birthday party. She was concerned that no one might come to the party because she fought with the boy named Chulman earlier, who had a lot of friends. Soon, the day of her birthday party arrives, and Myung is anxious to see if anyone will come or not. She notices her mother wearing traditional Vietnamese clothes and is really excited to wear her dress too. She is happy to be wearing clothes like her mother when suddenly the doorbell rings. Myung cheerfully goes to welcome her first guest, but to her shock, it is the rude boy Chulman there, and he looks quite shaken. Myung coldly asks Chulman why he is here, and he is nervous to see her like that. She turns her face around, telling him that she didn't invite him, so he should go back. She is about to close the door as well when Chulman suddenly says that he is sorry, and Myung stops. Chulman then nervously tells her that he didn't mean what he said earlier. He says that he was just angry at that time for another reason, and he ended up saying those mean words. He apologizes again, and then starts crying while repeating that he is really sorry. Myung can only watch him dumbfounded as he keeps on apologizing. She then says that he still can't come in. She shows him the invitation that he clearly doesn't have, and Chulman freaks out. He feels nervous and sad that he didn't receive an invitation, but then Myung suddenly gives him the invitation. She tells him that she will let him off this time, and Chulman thanks her while holding back tears. Meanwhile, the other kids were hiding outside the gate, and just as this melodrama ends, they peek out and ask if they can come out now. They tell Chulman to not be mean again, and he gets embarrassed that he was found out. After that, the kids gather in front of the door and happily show Myung that they brought their invitation cards and her birthday gifts too. Myung is happy to see them all, and they soon settle inside. On the table, the Vietnamese cuisines are presented, and the kids are amazed to see them. They eagerly ask what those dishes are because they have never seen them. Meanwhile, Myung sits in the special seat proudly. Kanghyuk is helping Myung's mom in the kitchen, and he feels like all the kids from the school are here at the party. The kids curiously ask how they eat these dishes, and Yoongun tells them that this dish is called bun cha. They dip the meat and noodles into the sauce first and then eat it. Two girls try that, and as they take the first bite of the meat and noodles dipped in sauce, they feel an explosion of taste in their mouths. The fried meat patties, noodles, and sauce dance around in their taste buds, and the girls declare that they have never eaten anything like this before. They remark that it is sweet, sour, and savory at the same time. Yoongun begins telling kids about other food items too, and as a girl with glasses eats the fried Vietnamese dumplings, she is smitten by their taste. She declares that she is going to marry this dumpling when she grows up. After the divorce, she is going to take half the ingredients. It turns out that this is not a new thing for the girl, whose name is Miju, and she keeps changing her future husbands faster than people change clothes. One boy then remarks that Myung is wearing a new type of dress and asks her what it is called. He claims that he has never seen it before. Myung gets up and proudly displays her dress, telling everyone that it is from her mother's home country. The kids are curious, and Myung tells them that her mother is from Vietnam, and all of these dishes are from Vietnam too. The kids start talking about how Myung's mom must have come here on an airplane, and that is enough to make them jealous. Well, even the girl named Miju has spotted the pretty dress, and she declares that when she grows up, she is going to marry that dress. She is going to take half the fabric after divorce, too. After that, Myung asks her mom to show her friends her dress too, because she wants to show off their matching clothes. Yoongun says that she has to finish cooking, but Kanghyuk tells her that it is fine because they are nearly done anyway. He tells Yoongun that he will take care of the rest, and she is free. Myung pulls her along to hurry, and Yoongun is happy to see her so excited. After that, the mother and daughter show their matching dresses to everyone, and while the kids gush over them, Kanghyuk and Rice Cake are watching this from a corner. He is pleased because both of them look happy. On the other side, in the fantasy world, there is a small settlement made up of tents. In one of the camps, one cat person, wearing a skull as an adornment, is inquiring about her cute daughter running away again. In front of her is the gray-haired cat man, who tells him that they even increased the number of guards, but the girl seems to have slipped away through a hole in the net. The red cat asks if she went to see the human again, and the gray cat affirms. The red cat lady is now curious about the peculiar human who managed to pique the interest of a sacred wolf as well as her daughter. She orders the gray cat to invite him in, and his ears immediately stand up to display shock and alertness. He asks her if she is planning to let a human into their settlement, and she asks him if it is forbidden. She also assures him that since she is the village leader, no one is going to dare start a fight with her guest. She then removes her mask, saying that since her daughter is indebted to the human as her mother, she should at least make acquaintance with him. Soon, in the forest of the fantasy world, a majestic deer who definitely looks like a rare legendary Pokemon is standing over a river. It is alerted because it can hear loud roars and growling voices coming from a distance. Those voices are actually coming from Rice Cake, and even Kanghyuk has covered his ears to protect them from his loud barks. He tells his pet wolf to shut up, but he is really furious and on edge about something. Well, what has got him so angry is just a bunch of dead shrimp, and Kanghyuk is not impressed. He tells Rice Cake that he can play around with the jumping birds and gigachad rabbits who are much bigger than him, but he is still so wary of such small shrimps that are already dead. Kanghyuk thinks that it might be because Rice Cake has never seen them before, as there are no saltwater bodies nearby. Well, he thinks it is a shame that the wolf pup is reacting like this because shrimp are really delicious, but he admits that they look kind of disgusting to someone who has never seen them before. But then he thinks about it for a while and recalls that whenever Rice Cake comes to him after hunting his prey, it is much more disgusting than the shrimp. Now, he is confused and wonders what exactly Rice Cake's standards are. Well, since he can't do anything about that, he decides to show the wolf the true taste of shrimp. He puts them in a water bowl, and then starts by removing the whiskers and internal organs of the shrimp. After that, he spreads coarse salt on a pan and places the shrimps neatly on top of that. He puts the pan on the stove and then covers it, and that's the recipe. Kanghyuk says that he wanted to show this to Randolph too, but they have enough shrimps left for the next time, so he might be able to show it to him later. Meanwhile, Rice Cake is giving the pan the most judgmental stare he can because he is still wary of the shrimp. While Kanghyuk waits for it to cook, the feral cat girl also arrives there. Kanghyuk is confused to see her here again, but her full focus is on the pan. When Kanghyuk asks her when she joined them, the cat girl looks at him with surprise. Rice Cake has still not noticed her, as he is fully focused on the pan. Kanghyuk decides not to pay much attention to useless details and thinks that if the cat girl is here, she can also have some food since she is always hungry. He soon opens up the pan to find that the shrimp have been roasted perfectly. He breaks them off while wearing gloves because they are too hot, and then places them on plates for Rice Cake and the cat girl to eat. They just stare at it in confusion, and then Kanghyuk tells them to try it. They take a bite and suddenly find themselves overwhelmed by the taste of the shrimp. They feel like they are surfing in the ocean on a giant shrimp and melting while they eat it. Kanghyuk asks them how the taste of the sea is and sees both of them gobbling up the shrimp. He is proud and smug that they are enjoying it so much. The cat girl has finished her food, and she eagerly stares at Kanghyuk to demand more. He is about to peel some more shrimp for her when suddenly, the gray cat man comes there looking for the girl whom he calls Mona. The girl is startled to hear his voice and instantly hides behind Kanghyuk. The gray catman says that she ran away from the village again, and Kanghyuk recognizes him as the same guy from the last time who took the cat girl away. He tells him that the girl looks hungry, so he should let her eat before taking her back to the village. He tries to assure the catman that he is not feeding her anything weird, but then he suddenly speaks up. He tells Kanghyuk that today he is here for him and not for the girl. Kanghyuk is nervous and slightly terrified now, and he asks what he wants from him. The cat man walks up to him and then gives him a cold glare as he asks the human to follow him. Kanghyuk is left confused by all this. That's all for this chapter. First of all, that is no way to invite someone. Second, let us see what happens when Kanghyuk meets with the cat people in the next chapter. Till then, check out other videos on our channel and subscribe if you want to see more.